Okay, I had a question on how to go about this one. And so even if the setup is a little bit different from the example, you're following your steps. And so your steps are to simplify each side of that inequality, or if it had been an equals, same as we did in 2.1 with the equals. And then we're going to collect terms, right, on each side and get them as simple as we can. And once we do that, we'll do our add, subtract, and then our multiply, divide last. So that's always going to be our approach. So let's go ahead and distribute this 5 through. And we're going to get negative 5a, and negative 5 times negative 2 is going to give us a positive 10 there. And then we're going to distribute that 3 through, so plus 3a, and 3 times 1 is going to make plus 3. And then less than negative 5a and minus 1. Okay, so we got the parentheses out of the way, and so now we want to get as many of these like terms put together as we can before we start moving stuff around across the inequality. So right now I am working on the same side of this inequality side, so that means I'm collecting. So here I'm just going to say I have negative 5a plus 3a, so that's going to give me negative 2a, because I'm down 5 and up 3, so minus 2. And then on the 10 and the 3 on the constants, so I got plus 10 plus 3, so that is plus 13. So that wasn't moving anything around, that's just collecting these up and getting it simplified as much as I can. And then here, I want to get letters to one side and numbers to the other. With the inequalities, people have a really hard time if they write it backwards. So for these, I pretty much always tell people to get the letters on the left-hand side and the numbers to the right. So I will do that and follow my own advice. So we got plus 5a right there and plus 5a right there. And that's going to give me 3a plus 13 is less than negative 1. And then if this 3 is, so now we're down to where we have just this a, so this is what we're solving for, is this a. And the 3 is multiplying, the 13 is adding, so we undo addition, subtraction first, and then we multiply, divide second. So we will subtract the 13 from both sides. Boom, and that's going to give us 3a is less than negative 14. And then we'll divide out that 3 on both sides. Since the 3 is multiplying, we undo that with division. And that should be it. So a is less than negative 14 thirds. And then we're supposed to give the answer in interval notation. So a is less than negative 14 thirds. So if this was negative 14 thirds on a graph, less than would be going that way. So for interval notation, we're going to start at negative infinity out here and come up to, but not include, so we're going to use a parenthesis on that 14 thirds. Same with the open dot, and then no equals there.